Phase Hero episode 99 starts right now. I'm BD, joined today by Jenna Anderson.
Hey, everybody.
We got Jamie Jirac.
Hey, friends.
And we got Aaron Breen.
What's going on, champ?
Woo! Oh, I like that call. I like that intro. That's not bad. You see that little shiny piece of gold back there? And I ain't talking about the Infinity Gauntlet. That's a Rush Division title. Hey, honestly, big amount of Phase Hero listeners and people whose names I see in the comments. I saw them on the OVW comments. So I want to thank everybody who shouted that out. And Aaron, thank you for teeing that up. Big episode today, guys. Big episode, guys and girls. How we doing?
We're good.
Oh, I'm hyped.
Okay.
Big week.
I
Big
feel like
exciting
this was
stuff.
a week specially made for Jamie Jirac.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to all that. So, little rundown on today's show because look, I'm like fixing my hair because it's been a morning. You know, flew home yesterday as usual. Tried to fix my hair without a mirror, and now I'm seeing myself on this camera, which is not potato quality like last week. But so we're gonna have an announcement today at the end of the show. We have our official plans for episode 100, which is next week, by the way. And I'll just say this: it is something I think our audience has been asking us to do for a long time. We've teased for a long time. And we're all a little nervous about it. But we are going to share the episode 100 plans as the main event of today's show. And before that, we have a lot of Marvel news to talk about. Simu Liu is a one-man promo tour for Avengers Doomsday. But there's more than that on the Marvel front. We've got some DC Universe. It's been a quiet week for the DC Universe, but the updates that we have are pretty exciting. And then there's some other stuff, non-Marvel, non-DC, like Miss Piggy and the Mummy are coming around for Jamie Jirac specifically, I think. And then Predator Badlands, I've seen that. I'm the only one who's seen that, I think. 3 of us have seen In Your Dreams, and 2 of us have seen Frankenstein. So we're going to talk about those, all spoiler-free, though, before our big episode 100 announcement. Hannah, what's up? Thank you for starting us with a $4.99. Girls, guys, non-binary pals, Phase Hero is back. Thank you so much for the $4.99. Hannah, hello. How are you? Welcome to the circus. All 4 of us are here today, so it's a great day to be on Phase Hero. All right, let's get to some news here. Also, you'll want to go to phasehero.com after the show because there will be new merch available in relation to what we announce later today, and that's going to be very limited time that's available. It's kind of like our day 1 merch, except it's 100 merch. And all the way, also, one last thing before we get into it. I want to just put a call out. 2 things. 1, screenshot our show and share it on your Instagram story and tag us. 2, if you have thoughts, whether you're listening on YouTube or watching on YouTube, we see your comments in real time. But if you have something more thorough you want to say, if you're listening in audio form, send your thoughts, suggestions, comments, notes, whatever to phaseheropod@gmail.com. After episode 100, I definitely want to do as much as I can to make the show and everything we do here as good as we can. And that means, giving you guys what you want, figuring out new ways to do new shows, new episodes, new topics, all that kind of stuff. So phaseheropod@gmail.com. I want to hear from our audience what you guys like, what you don't like, what you want to see more of, what we don't do at all that you want us to do, and what we do that you wish we'd stop. And we might not stop, but we'd still love to hear it if you have those thoughts anyway. But one thing I'm going to stop doing is talking about anything other than news right now because we got to get to Avengers Doomsday. It's always a good time when we have Avengers Doomsday to talk about. These Avengers updates lately are the first time in a little bit of a while, maybe, since I feel like I've gotten authentically excited. Maybe since like the chairs, like this level of excited. I mean, I've been excited for this movie, but Simu Liu also. I mean, I know I'm a Shang-Chi guy. He's a one-man promo tour. Jamie, Aaron, and I went to the In Your Dreams premiere and saw him there. Did you guys talk to him at all?
No.
No, I said hi and that was it. But he's talking to everybody. He's talking to the Hollywood Reporter. He said a couple things about Avengers Doomsday, and he said this: I think it's going to blow people's minds when they see it in theaters. There were so many actors and so many characters where you're like, just seeing them interact on screen is worth the price of admission alone. And then we have all this other stuff on top of that, so I'm really excited about it. And he said more to THR. It was like, this was about Magneto. It was like, thanks, Sir Ian McKellen, and that's Sir Ian McKellen, and he's wearing superhero costume. It was such a wonderful way to meet somebody that you admire so much and to get to play in the sandbox with them. In a lot of cases, play with characters that they had developed over the decades. It was just really, really special experience. And I think that translates to the screen really, really well. So there was also a quote of him saying, like, he looked around, there was like 30 superheroes all around. So those are some interesting quotes. I don't know. This is cool to see. Like, first of all, are Shang-Chi and Magneto interacting now? Is that like a guarantee from that? And also, are the 10 rings subject to magnetic powers? Probably.
Oh, damn.
I haven't thought about that aspect of it. That would be great.
Mm.
That like now I need to see Magneto like trying to take them away from him. That'd be really cool. I don't know if they're necessarily like on screen together. I feel like they could have easily just like crossed paths in the hallway off set or something, and it still is like, oh my god, I'm seeing him in his costume. But I feel like these quotes are great because they're saying a lot without really saying anything, which is kind of the perfect like middle ground to be in with this specific movie.
Yep.
It feels like they have to have an assemble moment. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they're like one standing in this corner and this corner, not necessarily interacting. But I do like the idea of the Russos making a list. Okay, who in what order can Magneto fuck up the most? Like, whose day will be ruined the most by Magneto? And yes, Shang-Chi's pretty good there. That's not great. So just the idea, I'm just so like the thing I'm number one most excited about for this movie are the OG X-Men people. So and I like that Simu's allowed to say something. I feel like Play in the Sandbox is like a piece of paper Marvel gave all the actors, like, here's something you're allowed to say. Like, it feels like such a recycled the term for them, but this does get me a little hyped too, what he is saying and what he was told he could say, because clearly he got permission to say all this, which is interesting.
To Jamie's point about like the list of characters that Magneto could mess up, I'm like, now I need him and Bucky in a frame together, because
Oh,
I'm like,
God,
the
yeah.
arm
No.
would be horrible. Like, he could absolutely ruin Bucky's day. I need to see that now.
Hasn't Sebastian Stan been through enough? Do we have to do anything else to my man?
It's on brand for Bucky to never have a day of peace. He is always just going to be put through the ringer in every single project he's in. So, like, why not here?
Oh, man. I fear that the X-Men universe is just going to get wiped really, really quickly. Like how you had Heimdall and Loki die at the beginning of Infinity War. It's that Negan approach where you have to kill something major to make us understand stakes. And since we haven't built Doctor Doom, do you just wipe out the X-Men universe, as a means to show how serious this is and it's something we care about? I hope that's not the case. Obviously, if it does get destroyed, I think some of them will survive and continue to play a larger role in the movie going forward. But I hope the movie doesn't just start with like, oh, look, we're at Professor X's mansion and it's all the X-Men actors we love and gone. That'd be a bummer.
I agree. I want to jump ahead to something since we're kind of on this topic now, which is that in the rundown we have Elizabeth Olsen said that she wants to say no more mutants at some point. She said in style, it's a great line she has in House of M. I've never been able to say it and I'd like to. And I feel like this is the time, right? If they are eradicating the mutants, but it also what I think, because like to your point, how are they going to get rid of these people? Will it be Wanda? I feel like though the more likely scenario is she's going to say, give me mutants, or like the opposite effect, and that's how we're going to get them to us. I think they're going to twist on that if we ever see her again.
Oh, please, we'll see her again.
There's a joke in a comic from like a decade or so ago where it's like, no, she meant to say no, comma, more mutants, and got misunderstood. Yeah. So it's like, that is totally a version of what you're saying, of like, you could easily turn it back around into something else.
It's always the accent's fault.
Yep.
I like this comment from Jay Jones on the previous topic. Said, "Ooh, will Magneto pull off Doom's mask to reveal RDJ's face? Wouldn't that be something? That would be cool. That'd be, oh man, we end up writing stuff like it ends up being better sometimes.
It's always better than what we come up with.
This is just a Magneto movie now. Like, we've just come up with like a dozen cool things Magneto can do.
Magneto Doomsday. Did you see that? I saw something that like there was a report that Patrick Stewart's going to retire after Doomsday. It's his last role. I don't know if that's true, but I saw that going around.
I saw it, but it was on like a Mr. Bebop Boobop Instagram. So it's unclear, but I wouldn't be surprised. The man's getting up there.
Yeah.
And he's been playing Professor X and Picard on and off for so long. No. But I could see him ending on like a Shakespeare. Because that's I think like his true passion, and I feel like he's got to get one more of those in before he retires. But I don't know. That's just me speculating. I'm Mrs. Bebop Boobop.
There was another Bebop Boobop thing going around that the Summers family is going to be a big focus of Doomsday, and I think Cyclops therefore is going to be a big player in it. And I think Jamie just died a little bit on the inside.
See, but
I do love James Marsden though. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Yes, I hate Cyclops, but I love James Marsden and I love how he plays him. So if that did happen, I'd be okay with it. But I'd still be like, oh, this guy.
See, but to jump further in the rundown again, Famke Janssen had a quote this week where she said to EW that it doesn't sound like she's returning for Doomsday or Secret Wars. She said, quote, "I should be flattered, I suppose, that this character has resonated with people. It's been so long, but it's nice that people are still talking about her." So I'm like, maybe if it's the Summers family, I don't know. Maybe she's lying, or maybe she isn't in the movie, and then that's a Mr. Bebop Boopop kind of rumor.
Remember when the chairs happened, how I joked around that we're going to be playing werewolf for an entire year? It is not December yet, and here we are. We are already there. Is this person lying? Are they telling the truth? Is Patrick Stewart really going to do things? Will we ever see insert character here again? It's all on the table for the next 12 months. Dear God.
Hey guys, do you guys want to get matching chair tattoos?
No.
Wow.
No.
Yo, that was quick.
No.
I can't say that I do.
No.
I can't say that. It wouldn't be my most regrettable tattoo, but I don't need it. One other thing that Simu Liu said to Screen Rant, he was calling Doomsday a love letter to these superhero movies. He said, "This movie is for all the misfits and the weirdos and the underdogs that grew up reading comic books and feeling like there was hope for them somehow, that it didn't matter if they didn't fit in." That sort of thing. I hope this movie does have that sort of, uplifting tone and sentiment to it. I think it might have like an Infinity War type of bad ending for the characters, before Secret Wars. But
the thing about that quote is that it can apply to a lot of previous Marvel movies. Like, it's not like it's like, this is the one that's gonna, I mean, once you hit Endgame, like, you can only really go down or lateral at that point, because if you grew up a nerd who didn't get recognized as cool because it's all cool now. It's cool now. Let's be honest.
He said a lot without saying a lot in these quotes, but I feel like the Doomsday hype train finally maybe a little bit starting to leave the station. And I don't know, I see all the rumors about Spider-Man and Doomsday and all these different trailers that could be attached to Avatar, and I get my hopes up. I just want to see something. Speaking of seeing something, the Agbo team, they released a video on TikTok, and it's that trend, and you're dancing back to back. I'm not going to sing the song because we'll get, whatever. I'm such a good singer that YouTube.
It's the trend people are using for Halloween costumes.
Yes. So I know these people in real. I won't say their names, but like they work for Agbo. They work on social media for Agbo, among other things at Agbo. And what they're doing is standing in the entrance of the Agbo headquarters, HQ, production house, and one is wearing an Iron Man mask and the other is wearing a Doom mask, and the camera pans around and you see Dr. Doom, the green clothes that Robert Downey Jr. was wearing at San Diego Comic-Con, and some costumes from Fantastic Four. And now everybody's going, wait a second, are they teasing Iron Man and Dr. Doom? I don't think so at all. Those costumes are up there all the time. They're just at the entrance of the Agbo building. And that Doom helmet specifically is up there all the time. There's also a Captain America shield right next to them on the wall that's there all the time. You guys been to Agbo? You've been to Agbo, right? No? Am I the only one?
I've seen the pictures. That Doom costume's been there since the moment that man stepped off that stage in San Diego.
I got to wear it. It's like they just play with it. It's cool. Like if you walk in there, they're like, put on the mask, whatever. Like and they're very chill about it. I was shocked. I was like, wait a second, can I touch this? He was like, yeah, sure. I was like, well, hold on, that's not very Marvel of you. But no, I don't really. I do think that you'd be crazy to have Downey in this movie and not have him play an Iron Man variant. But I don't think that that's what they were doing in this video that has now gone super viral because everybody's analyzing it and talking about it that way. Have you guys seen the video?
I have seen the video. I am shocked people are reading that much into it. I guess it's just a thing of like in the lack of any other concrete information, people are just trying to pull strings together. But I don't know. I just kind of saw the costumes in the background and was like, that's just representing the end credit scene for First Steps. Like that's nothing really more than that. And the Doom mask looks like every other look that we've had at the Doom mask so far.
Yeah, it's literally the Doom mask from Comic-Con. So I'm not reading too much into that either. All right. Let's move on to some Young Avengers stuff that didn't happen.
Oh boy. Okay, so we got Michael Waldron talking about Young Avengers bits that they were shopping for in Kang Dynasty. He told Reddit during a Reddit AMA, which I mean, goodness gracious, we need more of these. Marvel, please let the rest of them talk. Jeff Loveness and I spent an afternoon pitching, or what is this? Yeah, pitching on the Young Avengers, detailing a version of Kang, them beating a version of Kang, and being so stoked that they defeated him. He carried a little card that said, "Be patient with me. It's my first day being a Kang." And then they all get kind of bummed. I don't know if he was gonna be like that lizard Kang from the end of Kang Dynasty. I don't know. Anyway, we had fun, and I was like, Young Avengers crumbs. It's only right that I read this to you. Me and the rest of the Young Avengers Hive just crying in our pillows. What does everybody think about them bullying a Kang trainee like one of the henchmen in Venture Brothers?
I'm glad we didn't get this because, like, yes, it sounds funny in theory, and like getting to that reveal of like it's my first day might have like played for laughs in the moment, but like after how long we've been waiting for the Young Avengers to assemble, for them to finally assemble and then have it kind of be a punchline, I think would suck a little bit. If anything, have them fight Iron Lad, which is like a canonical kid gang that they could have easily fought, and it would make sense. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of ideas that Waldron and Loveness and all of them tried to figure out for these movies sound cool in concept, but maybe not in execution.
Any news that involves like a potential Kang thing just doesn't interest me because my brain was like shut that down and was over it so long ago at this point. But I want Young Avengers so bad. So like, and like Aaron said, any crumbs I will take. And I feel like we're just never gonna get it because most of them aren't young anymore. Like we've missed the window. They're all 30. But I like anytime they want to share this kind of information, I'm all for it.
Another Kang variant bites the dust. Well, what are you gonna do? I don't know. I think Kang was largely a swing and a miss in the execution of storytelling with that character. So I think that was a huge amount of unmet potential. But then I, like Jamie, I kind of got over it a while ago and moved on from Kang pretty quickly. Yeah, there was also the Waldron also teased something about Loki. It's about an alternate ending. I think it was from season 1. Said never say, when asked if we'll ever see it, said never say never, and maybe you'll get to see it one day. Which to me is like, I don't want to look too far into that either. But is there some way that like an alternate version of the Loki season 1 ending ends up playing into these upcoming Avengers movies? I don't know.
I mean, the fact that he's writing both of these Avengers movies, I feel like he could gorilla that in if he really wants to. But I don't know. I feel like that then raises a lot of like canon questions that Marvel doesn't necessarily want to answer. Like they're so specific of like, this is the timeline, this is what's canon. And then if you fold a deleted scene into everything, I think then that complicates things more.
Yeah.
My favorite moment from the entire Loki season 2 press tour was when you were talking to Nate and them about like whatever was going to happen in, what was it, episode 5, that they shut down and went with the version of it that they did. I was like, what was dark enough to make you guys go, we're not doing that on camera? I wait eagerly. One day, a steel book or something, it'll be some $400 multiverse saga box set like they did with the Infinity Saga, and I'll get to see what they were talking about and we'll all get to discuss. But yeah, at least we know we see Tom. Like at least we know he's coming back.
He had a chair, right? Tom Hiddleston had a chair. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, well, maybe one day. Speaking of see it again, Fantastic Four. It's on Disney Plus. That's fact of the day, I guess.
I wish they would have put it out on the 4th. I just need to say that. Like releasing it on the 5th, I'm like, you had one opportunity to just do one thing and put it out a day before, and they didn't do that.
Well, it is now on Disney Plus. I will probably watch it again. Fantastic Four First Steps has grown. I liked it the first time I watched it, but I think I've said this, how I think I just loved Superman so much that I was guilty of comparing them, and one ended up being my favorite and the other I thought was just good. And then I watched it later. I was like, this movie's actually pretty damn good. So Fantastic Four First Steps, if you haven't watched it in a while, give it a rewatch. You might like it more if you're anything like me. I didn't make a little thing for this, but Eternals. Fantastic 4 years ago today. That's crazy. November 5th, 2021 was the Eternals release date. That's wild.
I'm not like the biggest Eternals lover or hater. I'm very just like in the middle of that one. But I do want to say that was the first premiere I ever went to. So it does, like, its release date does hold a very special place in my heart. And I just started dating Tony and I got to bring him. And I just seemed like the coolest person ever. Like, hey, new guy I'm dating, you want to go to a Marvel premiere? So that memory is pretty core.
I didn't realize the anniversary was coming up because I was thinking about that a lot this past week and a half. And it's wild. Time has no meaning anymore. It's crazy. 4 years.
You ready for this? You ready for this?
Hit me.
On Halloween, The Walking Dead turned 15. The first episode of The Walking Dead released more than 15 years ago now.
Wow.
And Daryl Dixon is still killing zombies in Spain. At least I didn't say space. I could have. It could have. It could have been.
Give it time. Like 5 years from now,
That's
that's going to
true.
be a storyline in one of these shows. I feel like
15 years is crazy. All right,
The
let's switch
only
over.
anniversary that means anything to me is Charlie's Angels turned 25 this week. And that movie is like why I am the person I am. Like truly deeply.
big week for Jamie Jurak.
Big
It's
week.
true.
We still haven't even got to the big stuff yet.
Woo.
All right, Clayface officially wrapped filming. This one is directed by James Watkins, script by Mike Flanagan, who, Dr. Sleep, among other things. Stars Tom Rhys-Harris, Naomi Ackie, and Max Minghella. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Max Minghella. Who's Max playing? Do we know?
Not really. We don't really know who he's
Okay.
playing.
All right. And it's scheduled for release on September 11th, 2026. So we've seen lots of set photos. My biggest takeaway from this all is that these set photos are like just a welcome part of the whole journey here. I think it's cool to see the Gotham lore built out through those set photos and it just be embraced by the people involved. And I hope the movie's good. We're 10 months away from Clayface hitting theaters.
The set photos of it all are interesting to me because I feel like every single Easter egg that somebody spotted, or like the ones that people tried to put on set of like people slapped a Battinson logo sticker somewhere and we're like, oh, we can pass this off as being in the movie. I don't necessarily expect every single one of those Easter eggs to like physically fully be shown in the movie, but I appreciate the attention to detail regardless.
Tiptoe Cloud is ready and seated for Clayface.
Same.
Colin Farrell hyped up the Batman Part 2. He's talking to Josh Horowitz on Happy Sad Confused. He said, Robert Pattinson got such a lovely journey to take the audience through. It's dense. It's really, really intelligent. It's so deep and detailed. I think Matt Reeves is going to make an extraordinary film. So before we talk about the other thing he talked about, what do we think about the hype for the Batman Part 2 from people who have read the scripts now?
I'm hyped that he's hyped. It's like fun seeing the breadcrumbs of like he read it, Andy Serkis read it. Like more and more people seem to be getting the like padlocked copy that Matt Reeves is passing out at people's houses. So I'm glad that like it's finally becoming a reality.
Yeah.
The number one thing I'm excited about is how it will connect to the Penguin. Like I'm way more excited about anything relating to the Penguin than I am relating to the Batman. So to hear Colin talk about it is definitely gets me a little juiced.
Every little bit we get that makes it more real.
The Penguin, I've definitely said this before. I liked the Penguin more than I liked the Batman. Like, and I know it's weird to compare movies and TV, but I think the Penguin was one of the best things freaking ever in a comic book medium. And I like the Batman movie a lot, but like Jamie, the Penguin made me more excited for the Batman 2 than the Batman 1 did. And it sounds like the Penguin isn't going to have a huge role in this one, which is interesting. But we'll see. We'll see. He also talked about Sergeant Rock because Colin Farrell is or was going to play Sergeant Rock in Luca Guadagnino's movie. And he said, quote, well, I guess he wasn't. He said, I was going to do it with Luca. We had some really nice chats. I have no idea where it is now, but it should be made. It's really, really good. I believe that there's a really good Sergeant Rock idea that is on paper and right now only living on paper.
I think they again, when the reports originally came out earlier this year, people were very doom and gloom about it of like, oh my God, it's completely dead. It's not happening at all. I think it was just logistics and like putting it on the back burner, and like a war movie really most likely needs to be filmed outside. And so it was kind of getting to the point where that seasonally couldn't really happen. So I'm sure that they're just kind of like putting it on the back burner and they're going to reevaluate it once it makes sense to possibly bring it into production. I hope that Colin does it because I do think he's a really, really interesting choice. And I think that it doesn't step on him playing at Oz at all. But I think either way, whatever they're cooking with the movie is going to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie, was 1919 that movie where it was all one continuous take?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, they filmed that
1917.
thing, huh?
1917.
1917, right? Where it's just
Phenomenal film.
Yeah, just crazy technical achievement. But I remember how, like, if you listen to the director's commentaries about that, the stress of filming in natural conditions consistently over all those months almost killed those people. So maybe we can avoid that for Sergeant Rock.
What did Greg? Because one of the pieces of news I actually forgot to add to the rundown here was that Greg Fraser, was it the Batman is doing? Didn't the Batman just get a cinematographer or something? What was
They
the
got a production designer.
production designer from another project that we were? Because Greg Fraser, I was like, hold on, he was already on that. He does amazing work. Production designer was somebody who James Chinland. What is James Chinland known for? The Batman 1, War for the Planet of the Apes. No, there was something else. There was another piece of news about this movie. I don't know. I don't remember. Must not have been that big of news. But yeah, all right. We move.
Do we want to get to the super chat before we?
Oh yeah. Dancing Dog 60. Thank you so much. Let me take this off the screen here. Oh my god! But thank you so much, Dancing Dog 60, for the 10. Hey everyone, I can't wait to see what type of accent RDJ uses as Doom. Frankly, I think it's hilarious when he uses accents. Question: M&M's, Reese's Pieces, or Raisinets at the movies, or Snowcaps? Hold on a second. First of all, this is a loaded 10 here, Dancing Dog. Thank you for that. I don't think Downey's going to use any accent personally. I don't know. Do you guys think he's going to use an accent?
I'm like 50-50 on it. It really depends on like what side of the bed I wake up on a particular day. Because I feel like Doom, you can argue that he does need it, and you can argue that he doesn't. It just depends on the story and like how you hear him in your head.
Even if he doesn't have an accent, I feel like he might like change his voice a little, like talk a little deeper or something. But
differentiate from like the cadence of his speaking, I think is going to be different. But I don't think maybe Latveria has an accent. I don't know.
All I know is he better walk a little differently. I watched that TikTok of the guy doing people's walks, and I'm like, yes, differentiate the Tony Stark gliding through life versus this very straight-laced villain guy. That would be cool.
I think you will. I think he's going to do a good job as Doom.
Also, for the candy, why are those my 4 options?
Yeah,
I know. My
right,
answer's the cookie dough. My
That's-
answer's the cookie dough bites any day. Like over.
All right,
any
hold
of
on.
those.
Let's keep it in the options here. We got M&M's, Reese's Pieces, Raisinets, or a bonus option, Snow Caps. Easy for me, Reese's Pieces. 10 out of 10 times. Easy.
Here's the thing: Reese's Pieces I don't like because they don't have chocolate, and that's not what Reese's without chocolate is not a Reese's. I don't like raisins. Snow Caps I don't understand why they're here, and the little sprinkles hurt my teeth. So I guess by default I'm going M&M's. But I'm just going to tell you right now, I'd rather have nothing.
M&M's start to weigh you down, though. There's a lot of chocolate. You have too much M&M's, then you're like, hold on.
If I have M&Ms, I'm not a big popcorn person, but I do like a M&M dumped into a popcorn. So if I'm being forced to eat M&Ms from this option, I'll probably also get popcorn, which I don't want either. Like, why are you making me have all these things I don't want?
Yeah.
Again, this is why my answer is cookie dough bites.
Yeah.
Wow. Raisinets, I was raised by my grandparents for a long stretch of time.
We have to go back. We have to go back a topic because Hannah pointed out something that I think just because we jumped around a bit, I overlooked from the rundown. Brie Larson is blonde with short hair, and it's got people speculating.
We do have the picture in the rundown if you want to pull it up.
I'm pulling it up right now. Make sure I got the right screen here. Boom. There she is.
How hair?
Well, she voted, and she seems to be hiding her hair in that hoodie.
Because she does say in like very, very tiny in the caption of like, ignore the wig.
The wig, huh? I mean, I think it's a no-brainer that she's going to be back at some point. Doom. It would be weird if she wasn't in Doomsday, right?
Also, we have to think about the fact that she's probably voting in California, right? And as someone who was here yesterday, no one's wearing a hoodie yesterday. You know what I mean? So, like, it feels like the hoodie is purposely to hide things.
Yeah.
So.
I'm here for Phase Hero Meteorology with Jamie. I'm here for it.
All right. And then do we have any? Oh, we have a pretty solid quote here.
Yeah.
Let's go. Boom.
About lanterns. So Aaron Pierre, no relation to our Aaron, was on the cover of Men's Health and talked a lot about lanterns. And then there was a whole sub interview with Chris Mundy, who is the showrunner on Lanterns. And he had a lot of quotes that were really encouraging and made me happy. But this one in particular, I was like, I need to read and talk about. He said, quote, "We wanted it to be as much of a buddy cop show as a superhero show. Kyle's character has a kind of throwback Chuck Yeager vibe to him. He's the kind of guy who you meet and you don't know whether you like him or you want to punch him. Then there's Aaron, who has a quiet authority about him. And I think that's important to their dynamic, to the story story we're telling. And literally from day one, Kyle started giving Aaron shit for being young and inexperienced, and then Aaron started giving Kyle shit for being an old man. You'd see it in between takes too. They'd start messing with each other, would just keep sitting there playing with that dynamic in the best way. And because all the dialogue is supposed to be in a very back and forth style, they were into that rhythm before we even got into those scenes. This is music to my ears. This makes me so happy. Like, this is Hal and John's dynamic to a T. And like having the age difference between the two of them, like this is exactly the way to do it. And knowing that they were doing that before cameras even started rolling, like I am so ready.
I'm with it. I think this show's going to be great. I think it's got a lot of the right pieces in place to do that. James Hawes, who directed the first two, is I think going to be really cool. I keep hearing quotes about this being like a buddy cop show, and then I think Hawes is the one who said like it just turns into like an intergalactic thing after that. I'm curious how much actual lanterns-ing we'll see versus true detectiving we'll see. I hope for a bit more lanterns-ing. I loved Peacemaker season 2. It's no secret, but I'd be an absolute fraud if I didn't root for some superheroing and costumes before a finale, which even Peacemaker didn't give us in its finale. But I think this is going to be a lot of fun, and I think the two of them sound like they're having a good time, and that often comes through, in my opinion, as a viewer and as somebody who tries to be a part of discourse and also guide discourse. I love when the people like what they're doing. Yeah. What is this? Hoping
Jenna.
It's not delayed, like THR mentioned in the Green Lantern. Did THR say it might be delayed?
So I almost put this on the rundown, but it is like so unclear. It's like halfway to a Mr. Bebop Boobop thing. Of THR in their Heat Vision newsletter hinted that there's a chance it might debut after Supergirl. But you can't be delayed.
It is.
Well, then there we go. You can't. I was also like, you can't be delayed if you didn't have a release date to begin with. There was no like official release date said, and so people just now were taking that as like a bad sign. But it's also let the show cook for as long as it possibly needs to.
Lanterns will arrive after Supergirl.
There we go.
And I don't think that's a delay. I think that's an intentional thing. I don't know if the story's relay, but I'm pretty certain it's coming after that.
I also think people need to register that this is the first of the DC shows that is an HBO co-production. And so slotting into that schedule and having their marketing arm and all of those aspects be involved with it. Like you can't just throw it up on streaming whenever and call it a day. Like it's going to be an event. And I think they recognize that and they want to let it be an event.
I hope it does get that event nature. A summer event. Let's go. Hey, W Motor World Hype in the chat, everybody. Big W, says Troy Farley. Thank you so much for the 50 MWH. Gonna have to disagree with Jamie. I'm in California and waited in line last night, and it was definitely chilly.
All right, in California, where though? It's a big state, and a lot of it is colder than LA. But I do run hot, so if you were wearing a hoodie in LA, okay. But like to say you're in California, that could mean a lot of things. But thank you for that $50. If people want to disagree with me on weather, that is so chill. Like, no pun intended. That's really chill. So like, go ahead.
Went on to say, I was rocking my hoodie. Hey, let's go. Good job, Callie, rocking the Phase Hero hoodie. Let's go. Also, Brie Larson was recently on Last Meals, and you get a much better look at her blonde bob there. I haven't watched what is. I'm assuming Last Meals is like some sort of interview, celebrity guest, cooking show. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, come on. Carol's coming back. There's no way you don't have Captain Marvel in these kind of final entries of the multiverse saga. I think the MCU gets a big facelift in every way in terms of cast and characters and everything after Secret Wars. But I think everybody who's been a part of anything Marvel related and is willing and able and affordable is going to be a part of these. Thank you, Motor World Hype. Big W's for Motor World Hype in the chat, everybody. And Monty G, Monty G as well, guys. For the 5 here from my dumb DCU, ask this time around, can we get a Blue Devil movie or series that's faithful to the 84 comics? Love you guys. Thank you for the 5 money. Jenna?
I feel like the Swamp Thing TV show did a pretty good job in the meantime, like casting Ian Ziering and fully leaning into like the corny stuntman aspect of it. Blue Devil, for those of you who don't know, is a stuntman in Hollywood who kind of becomes a anti-hero superhero. His character design is crazy. So I don't know if we would fully get like a solo project for him, but I do think there is a fun way to use him. And I think Swamp Thing kind of showed that. I
think the Marvel's kind of doing the actor LA kind of bit with Wonder Man right now, which just released a clip today. I've seen all of one. Actually, I don't get. Yeah, we're gonna keep going to some big news here with Jonathan Bailey.
Oh boy, he's people's sexiest man alive. Which the last couple years were kind of duds, if I'm being honest. Like the last couple years weren't very exciting, and this is exciting. exciting. I'm so happy for him. He is the sexiest man alive, but also people have been fan casting him as Batman. Which is interesting. And he spoke about this on Fallon. He said, I grew up with Val Kilmer, George Clooney, obviously Christian Bale and Robert Pattinson. It's a legacy. And I think James Gunn is amazing. Who knows? I mean, I'm all for it. I would love to see him do anything ever. Put on slutty little glasses like Michael Keaton does as Bruce Wayne. And let's go. What do you guys think?
I see, before the Authority got put on the back burner, I was fan casting him as Apollo, because like look up Apollo, like pictures of him, he's literally just like a beautiful angel of a man, and I was like, Jonathan Bailey, the internet would break seeing him in that role. But like I could see him as Batman so clearly. I think he would have a really fun vision, and especially when he says Kilmer and Clooney and like that kind of era, I think that would be a cool kind of like avenue to approach that. But yeah, I'm excited that he's excited. Like in the full clip, you could definitely tell his enthusiasm.
I think he's talented as hell, and I'm with. I think I'm about as straight as they make him, and I can tell you, Jonathan Bailey is a beautiful man. My God, when I'm watching Wicked, I'm like, good sir, relax, okay. I think he's so damn talented and so damn handsome. I would watch the hell out of Jonathan Bailey playing Bruce Wayne and Batman.
I cannot wait for our Wicked episode in a few weeks. Like
Yo.
I cannot wait.
Oh my God, I cannot wait for Wicked.
Aaron, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
Oh, I'm just happy everybody's caught up. Like, you know, Bridgerton High, baby. Day one, Jonathan Bailey supporter over here. So it's just been fun. Him and his little glasses on this tour. He's going to get some major role in one of these franchises too. I mean, if he's not making 4 more Jurassic Parks with Scarlett.
I don't think that's
without naming names. A friend of mine was him in Jurassic Park for Halloween, despite never seeing the movie, which to me is like blasphemy. But like it does show you his impact. Wow. And he said that he met another Jonathan Bailey in Jurassic World who also hadn't seen the movie. So it says a lot, I think.
Jamie, we gotta keep this going here because boom.
There's gonna be a new Mummy with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. It's gonna be directed by Radio Silence, who did Scream 5, Ready or Not, Abigail. Oh my God, I'm so excited about this. And somebody in the notes noted that they might ignore the events of Mummy 3.
That was me. I added that.
Yeah, they don't have to. They could. It just honestly, if you're on the internet, you know that us bisexuals claim this as like our movie. It is the bisexual movie, and like I can't believe this is happening. Like mother and father are returning to us, and I think it's going to be with Radio Silence. So much fun. Jenna, you have a fan cast or no?
So two things. First of all, again, as a fellow bisexual, I am so happy. Like I am elated, especially with Brendan Fraser and just the way that his career, the renaissance of the past couple of years, like getting to come back and be in this role. I think it'll be so fun to see. And like Rachel Weisz is ageless at this point. Like she's going to be gorgeous. Like we know it's just going to be incredible. I have to give a shout out to, because I retweeted an idea that I'm going to bring up, and it was originally from DCU Updates, and they're not the first person to say this, but like this accidentally went viral. They have a son canonically in these movies, and you probably need to recast and stunt cast some sort of actor to play them. David Corenswet is right there. Like people have made the Brendan Fraser comparisons for a really long time. Like when you watch him act, you definitely get Brendan Fraser vibes. I would pay so much money to watch him be the child of Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. I think that movie would make $1 billion like day one.
Wow. What a genius idea. I'm like age-wise, like, yeah, I guess they are old enough, which is wild to think
He is technically older than the guy who played their kid in the third Mummy movie. So like you could logistically just recast him and call it a day.
At the end of the day, Sean Connery was 10 years older than Harrison Ford when they made The Last Crusade. So wow.
We got Jeremy Nagueras. Thank you for the 5, my friend. A lot of 80s nostalgia next year with Masters of the Universe and Voltron. Which project are you most looking forward to between those two? Or is that or just like with the Mummy and nostalgia and stuff? I mean, Masters of the Universe, I guess for me, but I'm not huge on either. I hate to disappoint.
I maybe would be excited if they stopped casting Jared Leto in things. Like
that
it's just
true.
like like Tron. It's like I was less excited because he was starring in it, and that's exactly how I feel about Masters of the Universe. When will Hollywood learn that most people don't want to see him in our movies? But
I think they learned after Tron Ares. I think they just learned.
No, they learned the wrong lesson. They think people don't want a Tron movie. Like that's what they think happened, and that's just not accurate. But you know.
I'm sad that Jamie keeps getting hurt by these things. It surprised Jared Leto out of nowhere. I have been hurt so thoroughly by the Voltron experience, but I'm willing to be hurt again. Fine. Let's try it one more time. Let's not screw it up on the dismount like we did with what's it called? Ultimate Defender or whatever the Netflix one was. Dear God. You were on Tumblr, Jenna, you know.
Oh, I'm aware. I didn't even watch it, but like I got kind of residual PTSD from that experience.
Two comments to shout out here real quick. One, Scott Autry says Godzilla -0 next year too. Ooh. I cannot wait for that. Godzilla -1's phenomenal. Just released the teaser. And we got to go back to the mummy here. Fit Dad, CEO, thanks for 20, my friend. It says, okay, Jenna is cooking right now. I need Corin Sweat to be the son of Brendan Fraser in the worst way. I love it. He might be a little busy. I think
depending on when this movie films, I'm like, clear his schedule, let him go do it. Like, obviously he's going to be busy next year, but I need that to happen.
I just hope this generates another Universal theme park ride, because the mummy rides are underrated and slept on.
They're awesome. I love the mummy ride.
Yeah,
it slaps.
It is really good. And get that man a cup of coffee. And then we have another Jamie Drag special here.
Oh my God. I was like, well, there's no news that could possibly beat the Mummy 4. And then they announced that a Miss Piggy movie is in development. And not only is it in development, but Jennifer Lawrence and Emma Stone are producing, and Cole Escola is writing it. If you do not know Cole Escola, they just won an Emmy for starring in a Tony for starring in Oh Mary on Broadway. They wrote that show and starred in it. And it is like, they understand comedy in a way that it is so next level brained, and I cannot think of a better person to be tackling the icon that is Miss Piggy. And it's, we're just in development now, but this is like truly the best news ever. And we haven't gotten a full-blown Muppet movie since what, 2012, 13? When was Muppets Most Wanted? I'm so hyped for this. The names attached could not be more exciting. I'm freaking out. How does everyone else feel?
I'm excited. Like you said, I think it is a perfect combination of people. It is almost like too good to be true. When I first saw the tweet about it, I was like, that can't possibly be real news. This is a Mr. Bebop Oopop situation. But no, I think this has the potential to just be absolutely bananas, and I'm there day one.
I'm just happy Jamie's happy. I couldn't imagine. Like, it's Jamie and the Super Yaki people all in one room, yes, holding their hands in a circle to manifest the last 5 days. Good job, everybody. Keep it going.
We do have actually breaking news that just happened.
Yep.
Canavasa, thanks for the $1.99 calling it to our attention. K-Pop Demon Hunters 2 coming in 2029 on Netflix. That's reported by Variety. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
That movie far exceeded everybody who distributed its expectations, and now they've got a sequel on the way. That's exciting. We got a couple movies that are out or coming out that we need to talk about that aren't quite as far out as 2029. I saw Predator Badlands. I am the only person here who saw it. And quick question. Is anybody here like a big Predator fan? Jamie, you are?
Yeah, I love Predator. I love all the movies. I love even like Predator 2, so underrated. But I haven't watched the animated movie yet because I didn't have Hulu for a while. And I'm so I gotta watch that like today so I can go see Badlands. I'm so hyped for this movie. I love Prey. I love Dan Trachtenberg, and it sounds like you liked it a lot.
I did, and I also Killer of Killers is really good, by the way. I think you'll dig it. I did the like $1 more a month thing for Disney Plus to get Hulu just to watch that movie last week, and I really enjoyed it. And also Prey is fantastic. And I'm curious what you'll think of Predator Badlands, because I've seen the Predator movies. I think they're good, but I think Prey and Killer of Killers have been kind of my new Predator like welcome wagon to this new version of the franchise in a sense. Like, I don't feel like attached to the lore of this whole saga. And I do know also, I know enough about it to know that Badlands is very different from those other movies. Obviously, both in terms of the story it's telling, where the Predator is the main character, but also it's got some levity to it. It's got some fun. Like, it's not all just war guys and, whatever, just people getting slashed up and invisible monster appears and kills you. There's a lot more levity and sort of humanity to the character, but in the way that works to the lore, in my opinion. So that's what I'm curious about, whether or not people like it. I thought it was I really loved the movie. I think that it immediately... nobody went to the Comic-Con panel either, right? At Comic-Con, they showed the first 15 minutes, and I know, and in seeing it, I immediately realized why. in the first 15 minutes, they establish why you should root for this character. If he was plopped onto Earth, probably wouldn't like him very much. But on the story, the adventure that happens in Badlands, it works really well to create a sense of humanity amongst other characters that are going to would directly contrast that. So I really liked it. There's a few tonal mismatches in the humor, I thought. Like there's a character that has like kind of Groot-like energy where it's like a comedic, doesn't really speak type of character that's silly and maybe sells plushies. But other than that, that's probably my biggest criticism, is that some of the humor didn't work and felt out of place. But other than that, great action, really, really thorough, smart story. I watched it twice, and watching it back the second time, there's stuff along the way that you're like, oh my God, the sort of stuff they're doing here was planted along the way. Dan's a genius. And I really hope they get to continue. Dan specifically gets to continue telling Predator stories, because I thought it was really good. Yeah, I know. I'm sold. Go see Predator Badlands if you like these movies. Also, I mean, it's violent, but it's alien on alien violence. So it's not, or like, I guess, Yautja on Yautja and other alien creatures, not xenomorphs. That's not a spoiler. It's not a thing. But yes, Wayland Yutani is in the movie. That's in the trailers. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Predator. We got Dancing Dog with Ted. Gaia has the Avengers powers. Don't forget Secret Invasion, as much as we want to. Also, does this multiverse biz end after Secret Wars? Confession, I once snuck a can of beer at the movies for the 90s for Independent for IT4. Oh my God. Well, thank you for the 10. Congrats on getting away with your can of beer. And Gaia has the Avengers powers, as much as we all want to forget it.
I feel like they're going to want us to forget it. I feel like that's not going to be addressed in Doomsday or Secret Wars.
No, I don't think so either. I do think the multiverse saga ends with Secret Wars, but I think a multiverse will still exist in a sense after Secret Wars as well. But I don't think it's going to be the story they tell after that.
I just want to say that's really sweet and wholesome. I've snuck full bottles of wine into theaters before. I've snuck full meals.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you have a purse or a bag you can bring to a movie theater, like the entire game changes. Even like being in Chicago and having winter coats, like the amount of things I have snuck into movie theaters to eat or drink are insane.
I used to work in a movie theater for many years, and I saw the weirdest shit that people would sneak in. I once threw away an entire whipped cream can that somebody brought in there.
Jamie's gonna kill me for this. Jamie, I apologize so badly for this. I went and saw Predator Badlands for the first time on Saturday morning, and it was the morning after Halloween. So let me tell you, like, I woke up and just rolled out. I went to the theater because I had to see it, because then I had to go from the screening to the airport to go do the interview. But I saw it here in Nashville. I was literally the only person in the theater, in my defense, with the security guard who made sure I wasn't filming anything and all that stuff. But I was the only person there specifically to watch the movie. And I ordered a DoorDash of Dunkin' Donuts to the theater.
That's amazing. I'm sorry. You're the only one in the theater. Who cares?
I was the only one. But I did have to
I respect it.
I sprinted to the front door when my DoorDash driver got there, and I ran back, and I missed like 40 seconds of the movie. But I was so hungry.
I'm okay. As long as it's not a tuna sandwich. Like, do not bring things like that into a movie theater. Don't bring like chicken wings where, like, that can be crazy. But, movie theater stuff is expensive,
And also, and concessions was closed. So, like, it was literally like I couldn't even get food there if I wanted to. But also, I've smuggled McDonald's into them. Like, I'm not above it. Nate, thank you so much for the $4.99. Any thoughts on Begonia? 4 out of 5 for me. Glad Jamie liked it too. I read her Letterboxd review. I haven't seen Begonia.
Me neither.
I want to, but I hear mixed things about it.
I would say it's not as strong as Poor Things in the end, like, or The Favorite, like their other collabs. I personally like Kinds of Kindness more. I don't think that's a common take, but even still, like, it's awesome. Like, especially the third act. There was a moment in the second act where it was losing me a bit, but I should have trusted Yorgos. He came through in the end. I loved it. It's worth seeing. I'm gonna guess right now that BD won't like it, but I do think that the other two will like it.
Now I have to watch it just to find out.
I don't think you're gonna like it, but I loved it.
Well, there is a movie that we did like. 3 of us have seen it. Jenna, I don't think you've seen it yet.
I have not. No.
But In Your Dreams, Netflix's next animated movie. I actually really love this movie. I'm not gonna lie, quite a bit. The 3 of us got invited to the premiere out there in LA, and I cried quite a bit in this movie. I'm not here to lie about it. As a child of divorce. I think this movie really got me in the feels. But what'd you guys think?
I liked it. I didn't love it. As a child of divorce, it didn't really affect me much. I'll say I didn't get the emotions.
Alex?
I thought the animation was cute. I think they spent a little too much time not in the dream area. But it was sweet, and I think kids are gonna love it. I really think that it's not as universal like K-pop Demon Hunters, but I think that the youths will enjoy it. Aaron said, I feel like this is the one thing Aaron wanted to talk about. And Aaron
I know.
said, nope, I'm leaving.
Aaron's gone. We lost Aaron. We'll come back to In Your Dreams. But you two have seen Frankenstein. Don't
Yes, we
spoil
have.
anything. I want to see this so bad.
BD, it's Frankenstein.
I mean,
know.
there are some things that you could technically spoil. Oh, Aaron's back. And Aaron's coming in.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay,
Before we
hold
talk
on.
about
All right,
Frankenstein.
Aaron, we're back to
Yeah.
In Your Dreams. We want to get your thoughts on Netflix
Oh.
animated movie.
I laughed so hard when it went out because I'm like, the thing I want to talk about, it just, my internet went,
Oh, it did it again.
No.
Oh, no.
I think it's really, really,
Well,
This is so sad.
we might have to read Aaron's tweet. Okay, we'll let Aaron figure that out. You guys give us the Frankenstein lowdown, please.
So this was only in select theaters, and the closest one that was near me was one of the ones that serves food, but not even like a Studio Movie Girl kind of situation or an Alamo Draft House. Like it's like a more local chain beyond that. And it made the first 15 minutes of this movie feel insane because I will say it's a lot of talking, and you're trying to listen to that talking in this beautiful Guillermo del Toro aesthetic while the waitress is running around being like, let me list all the Pepsi products and ask how much butter you want on your popcorn. But like once I got through that experience, I'm so glad I saw it in the theater. Like it is breathtaking. I like watch it on Netflix as quickly as humanly possible, but like that theatrical experience, like the big screen of it, I think that it is a really, really strong showing from Del Toro. Like he has wanted to make this movie for decades, and I think that love really shows on screen. And Oscar Isaac crushes it. Like he does such a fascinating, really nuanced performance that could be like just so one-dimensional in another person's hands. And Jacob Elordi made me cry, which I was not expecting at all. Like if you told me 2 years ago that man would make me cry to the degree that he does in this movie, I would not have believed you. Like I get goosebumps thinking about some of the things that he does in that movie. I think that he knocked it out of the park.
I will say I liked it. I did not love it.
Okay.
And for me, I'm so glad I saw it in theaters because everything Jenna is saying about the theatrical experience, I think I would have not liked it if I had watched it on Netflix. It's meant to be seen in the theater, which sucks because not everybody is going to get that opportunity. If you live in a place where it is showing in theaters, please do yourself a favor. Guillermo del Toro is all about spectacle. It's his visions are meant to be seen that way. There is so much to like about it. Like Jenna said, the performances. I loved the score. It might be my favorite score of the year. It's a beautiful score. I will say, without giving anything away, the movie is basically in two parts, and I was such a fan of part two. I wish that part two was more and part one was less, is all I'll say. But it's absolutely worth watching, especially if you're a Guillermo del Toro fan. And like Jacob Elordi, like, you know, even though he's fully like masked and his voice has changed, he manages to make that emotion still come through, which is really impressive. But yeah, if you can see it in theaters, please do so.
All right, we're gonna go back to In Your Dreams. Aaron is here, and then we're gonna get to our episode 100 announcement. So, Aaron, what you got? What you think about In Your Dreams?
I really liked it. It doesn't talk down to kids. The animation's really good.
No.
It is really funny, like in a weird sort of way. I guess it channels like the children's movies of when we were growing up, like that. And yeah, Baloney Tony's a legend. I've been carrying around for 6 months, so there's very little chance I wasn't going to enjoy this, but it really was sweet. I think you'll really enjoy this with like your families out there. If you have young ones, it's like got a little something for the adults in there too, you know?
Yeah. So of the movies we just talked about, Predator Badlands opens in theaters this Friday. In Your Dreams opens on Netflix November 14th. And Frankenstein is currently playing in select theaters. When is it on Netflix?
This Friday.
This Friday. Okay, interesting. All right, I'm going to try to see that one in theaters, I think, if I can find a place to see it. And then we have one more super chat here before we get to our big 100. Dancing Dog 60. Predator 2 is my favorite of the series. Over the top late 80s action, foul language, Silvestri score, Gary Busey, Paxton Glover, and weapons. Yeah, I mean,
I love Predator 2.
I think the Predator
so
movie
much.
score by Alan Silvestri is a bit slept on. Like, it's a good little, creepy little, scary little sound that Silvestri crafted for those movies.
If you guys don't know, Predator 2 takes place in like a futuristic LA, and it's just like really hot. And everyone's just like sweating and dealing with Predator. And it's kind of like a buddy cop movie. It's Tony hates it. I'll just say that. I think it's awesome.
W Dancing Dog 60. All right. Well, I think it's time. So Phase Hero episode 100 is next week. Now, technically, we've released more than 100 episodes because we've been counting, and this is my fault. Interviews, director debriefs, different things that we've been doing, reviews, reactions, different podcast episodes have been or were counting towards our 100 until recently when I realized director debrief should be its own thing. The Peacemaker interviews should be their own thing. They shouldn't count this. The four of us should have its own number counter. So going forward, we're going to have that. Season 2 starts in 2 weeks, but next week is 100. We also just had our 1 year birthday for Phase Hero. So we launched right at the end of October 2024, and that day was last week. So I think 100 is really just kind of a celebration of, yes, there's 100 podcast episodes. There's a year of Phase Hero. There's people showing up to live events wearing their day one hoodie. And now there's going to be people who can get the Phase Hero 100 merch, which will be live on phasehero.com very shortly after this episode ends. I just need to press public on that. Mine is downstairs. Does anybody have theirs with them right now? Oh, I didn't.
I can run and get it. I'll run and get it.
Yeah, okay. So Jamie will run and get it. There's also something we have a little video we're going to play here. Once Jamie gets back, because nobody's seen this except me. It's ridiculous.
We've heard it. The reason why we started a minute or two late was because we heard the music for this about 100 times.
We got Hannah Basso 100, Face Hunnit, episode 100-ish. Happy birthday, happy 1 year, happy birthday, happy 100, and happy 1 year, Stacy C. Thank you, Stacy C.
There we go.
There it is. Hold on. Let me get this. Let's get Jamie on the big
Get it
screen here.
big.
Let's get Jamie. Wait, no. I gotta. Hold on.
And I haven't even cropped it yet, so this is the full.
Look at that. So this is our Phase Hero 100 tee. It's gonna be sweatshirts, t-shirts, till the end of the line. Phase Hero 100. You understand that reference, right, everybody?
I hope they do.
If you're here, you have to understand that. So those are gonna be available for a very limited time as a thank you, as a way to say 100 episodes. We did it, guys. A lot of you guys have our Phase Hero Day 1 shirts that are never available again. We kept our word. There's a similar shirt, not the same shirt. So this is going to be available later today. And if you're listening in podcast form, it's 100% already available. All right, hold on. So, prepared a little something to let you know what's happening. There's an episode everybody's been asking us to do for a long time. We've avoided it. We've dodged it. We've put it off. We've let our fear win and our preference of not being stressed out on live shows. But I think episode 100, there was no news that could drop that could be worthy of episode 100. Didn't want to try to do an interview. I mean, if Kevin Feige wanted to come on the show, probably would have been yeah, sure, you could be 100. But hey, Monty G, thank you so much for the 5 happy 1 year 100 episodes, y'all. Thank you, Monty G. We're just gonna play this video here. Had to get movie trailer dramatic with the announcement that Phase Hero episode 100 will be the four of us all together in person in LA revealing our Infinity Saga rankings. we've put this off long enough, guys. It had to happen. It has to happen.
Has anyone even like put their rankings together yet? Because like BD gave us a deadline. I have not even started yet.
I got
I'm,
errands.
Like, stressed.
No, I'm working on an article right now that's requiring me to watch like 20 whodunit movies in like 3 days. So every second of my day has been scheduled for 3 days. So it's on my to-do list for tomorrow.
You know how long we've been waiting for this, says Jeff Mez in the comments. So yes, everybody listening in podcast form just had their eardrums blown out by how proud. I tried to turn the volume down on the epic trailer music that I found to make that royalty-free epic trailer music. That's going to be fun. So we're going to have celebrity guests who are submitting their rankings, friends of the show. One of them just texted me because they're watching live and just remembered that they're supposed to send in their rankings. We have some friends of the show who are going to be sending in their rankings. And it is going to be all of the movies from Iron Man through Spider-Man Far From Home, ranked, whether you want to do best to least best, favorite to least favorite, whatever you can. We will explain how we came up with our rankings on the show, but we will all be together, all in person in LA next week. And we're going to do it on Tuesday. So if you're listening in podcast form, you did not see that graphic, that it is going to be Tuesday, November 11th. We're going to broadcast live at 5 p.m. Pacific time and do our rankings and let the chaos ensue. And that's going to be fun.
I'm excited for this, but I'm more excited for whatever the four of us are going to do after.
Oh yeah, that was the debate. It was like, okay, should we fly in the day before and then do it in the morning and go home after? And I was like, well, maybe we all just kind of do it and stay the night and hang out after the show, and just let the internet tear us apart for our rankings. But we can put our phones down, and then that's not happening. But no, I think rankings episodes are fun. They tend to be some of our most downloaded, most watched stuff that we ever do. I think, hey, Stacy C, thank you so much for $4.99. I'm Sat, the OGs know rankings. Let's go. C Black, any thoughts on the description of RDJ's Doom? I haven't seen it, but I'll try to get that ready for the next episode, I guess.
It might be a bebop boobop situation, but I don't know.
Dancing Dog 60 with a 2. Happy 100. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much. All right. So 1 week from today, I can't get this going. There we go. Infinity Saga rankings. We're going to be hanging out together. It's going to be fun. It won't be like a live audience situation. It'll be live. We can't risk that. Yeah, we can't have people getting too rowdy over our rankings in person.
Bring tomatoes.
Pressure. Yeah. Oh man. Oh boy. So that's going to be fun. All right. That's episode 99. Jenna, any last words for today's episode?
It's at Hey It's Jenna Lynn on social media. As always, go read some comics and go subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is at Go Read Some Comics. I am also preparing my 100th video on the channel, and I literally will be finishing filming it after we are done logging off from this stream. So I put out a call for a Q&A, and I got a lot of really weird, very cool questions that I'm excited to answer.
Jamie Durack.
Yeah, two things. First, somebody in the comments earlier complimented this David Lynch hoodie I'm wearing, and I'd like to say that it comes from TeePublic, which I have a partnership with. And if you go on my Instagram and click the link and buy some t-shirts or hoodies using that link, it's good for me and good for you because their shirts are awesome. They pay you to be a partner. And I use like half the money they paid me to just buy more t-shirts. So I'm the right person for them because I'm a sucker. I love shirts and the hoodie's really, really warm. Also, if you have not caught up on Love in the Time of Hydra, we had Elizabeth Henstridge on last week. It was awesome. So definitely be listening to that. We've got a cool guest this week too. So keep your eyes out for that information.
Anna Breen.
It's at How to Watch Free TV. We got another newsletter coming for you guys this week with all the stuff you can stream for free at home. I'd also like to send a shout out to friend of the podcast, Mason Thames, randomly. The year of Mason Thames is hilarious. Like, he is the first actor with 3 #1 movies in 1 year since Jim Carrey in 1994. Come back on the show, Teen Heartthrob. Come back on the show.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging with us. We'll see you on Tuesday, not our regular Wednesday. Tuesday for episode 100. It'll still be available on Wednesday, and you can play it on your lunch break if that's when you watch us or anything like that. But if you want to join live and you want to be a part of the chaos and send your rankings and everything, we encourage you to do so, and we hope you'll be there. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Predator Badlands director debrief releases on Monday. I talked to Dan Trachtenberg for a half hour, all about Predator Badlands. I thought I was allowed to release it on Friday. I'm not allowed to release it until Monday, so that's going to have to wait. But that gives you an opportunity to go see the movie, which I highly recommend. And then the following Friday, we will have Bonnie DeCepolo and Stephen Blackheart from Superman talking about being a part of like Luthor Corp from Superman, and that's a really fun interview. And currently scheduling with also the engineer, Maria Gabriela de Faria, to talk about being the engineer and continue the sort of that DC interview stuff I've been doing on the channel and on the podcast and stuff. So thank you guys for all the support on that. And maybe, who knows, I'll pull the miracle and get John M. Chu to talk to me about Wicked and do a direct debrief there. We're talking about it. We're seeing if there's time, but I'm seeing, I'm trying to make it happen. And that would be fun. But that's it. Play our show for your dad, play it for your cat. Go to phaseheropod.com to get the episode 100 merch before the end of the day. It'll be up there for a limited time. And then so take a screenshot, tag us on your Instagram stories, and we'll see you there till the end of the line.